It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Wednesday, the 14th of January, the morning edition. I'm James Spann. Another gloomy start to the day. Cloudy, gray, cold, damp, drizzly. We might see a glimpse of the sun later today, but I'm afraid tomorrow the clouds thicken again. But by Friday, a different story. Let's go in there and take a look at things this morning. The water vapor satellite view. No big change. Watching that disturbance in the southwest United States and how that thing lifts out of there will determine the rain chances tomorrow. Models have been all over the board, but the basic deal today is unchanged. We have colder air at the surface and warm, moist air going up and over the top of that, keeping us cloudy. We might see a few peaks of sun later today. We'll talk about that. Starting off the day with mostly 30s around here. Birmingham at 34, Tuscaloosa 37, Gadsden 36, Anniston 40. We do note Coleman and Haleyville are just below freezing, but we've heard of no drizzle or freezing drizzle issues there. Around the nation, the really cold air is moved up into the northern part of New England, and that's staying north of us, thankfully. Now, it's interesting to note the Weather Service in Huntsville did post up a freezing rain advisory for the two counties in the northeastern corner of the state. That's Madison and Jackson, for the potential of some freezing drizzle. I've heard of no problems up there. It looks like most temperatures are generally above the freezing mark. That advisory extends up into the Cumberland Plateau of Tennessee. But again, I just don't think we have any big issues this morning with that. Here's the overall rain for the next 5 days, valid through Monday morning of next week, suggesting rain amounts of maybe a tenth of an inch, maybe a quarter inch. And the bulk of that's going to be tomorrow, as you'll see. Here's modeling. This is the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid at noon today at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet up. You can see that energy over the southwest. And down below that, today, cloudy, kind of cold, highs in the 40s. Could the sun break out a little bit? Well, maybe. This is a look at the expected cloud cover today at 3 o'clock off the HRRR model. And where you see the darker shades, that's where just maybe the sun can break out a little bit. And we've seen some other ideas with this, maybe some breaks in the overcast today. So if you're lucky, you might see a glimpse of the sun today. But the clouds thicken up tonight and tomorrow. Here comes that wave out of the southwest, producing some rain across the state. And again, for a while, the models were very dry. Now they've gotten a little more aggressive with the rain. Now, the GFS still showing the better rains over the southern part of the state, but check out the high-res NAM. Tomorrow. This is 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. It just looks wet. I mean, that's a widespread rain event, the rain extending almost up into the Tennessee Valley. So I think the wise thing to do is to bump up the chance of rain tomorrow. Another thought is if we do clear up a little bit this evening and temperatures drop down to freezing tomorrow morning, could there be any freezing or frozen precipitation at the onset of this? I'd say it's unlikely. I think we'll have clouds and probably mid-30s at daybreak. But we'll monitor things tonight to see how model trends go. But for now, we're just going to mention a chance of light rain at times. But Friday, a different kind of day. The wave goes by. We finally get good sinking motion in the atmosphere. Subsidence. The sun breaks out. We go up in the mid to upper 50s. And Saturday, starting off the weekend, looking good. How about a high of 61? That's what the GFS is printing. A bright sunny day just should be gorgeous. After all this gloomy weather, we can get out and enjoy things. Now, Sunday, a trough rotates through the eastern U.S. That thing's pretty sharp, and that's going to pull down some colder air Sunday. The 540 thickness line almost down to Huntsville with a northerly flow, so we'll call it partly sunny on Sunday, and the high dropping maybe into the low and mid-50s. So not quite as warm on Sunday, but still not a bad day. And this is Monday. It'll be dry. Start the day around freezing. The high will be in the 50s. Tuesday, partly sunny, upper 50s. And then this is Wednesday. And you can see energy in both the southern and northern branches, but not especially close to here. And this is suggesting we might see a few sprinkles, a little light rain Wednesday, but not much. This is the next decent rain event showing up toward the end of next week. This is Friday the 23rd. Evidence of light rain there. And at the end of the forecast, the 29th, we've got broad troughing in here and colder air trying to push in from the north after some rain. Temperatures coming off the ensembles, I'd say they're close to or maybe below average. Keep in mind in January here, highs would typically be in the low 50s and lows in the low to mid 30s. And this is showing highs mostly 40s and 50s, lows mostly 30s across the board. No sign of any brutally cold air. Teleconnections, Arctic oscillation tries to go negative in a little bit. And again, that might flush out some colder air, but the North Atlantic oscillation stays generally positive. And if that's the case, the bulk of that would more than likely affect the western states instead of where we are. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.